I was at the Million Veteran March when the mainstream media ignored us and our message. Dennis Michael Lynch gave us a voice. He was within arm's reach when the DC Metro Police were trying to silence our dissent. Unfiltered will give a new voice to the average American.
I'm sure you heard the term misinformed voter, and perhaps your cousin or neighbor fits the description. But keep in mind, it's not that he or she doesn't care about knowing the facts. It's more about not having any options. If you took Fox and you did the numbers and you compared them against the liberal media, what's the ratio look like?
Overwhelmingly in favor of the liberal media. Who are they? They are ABC, NBC, CBS, they are CNN, they are now MSNBC, they are some newspapers, the LA Times, the New York Times, USA Today. Those are the main powerhouses. Fox on a good day has 2 or 3 million. CBS has 9 million. Add NBC, add ABC, add MSNBC, add CNN, add them all, and they outnumber Fox. So the numbers are with the left, unquestionably.
I have gone to unemployment lines, and I can tell you, these people don't want to collect welfare. They want to work. Yes, we do. Did any of the major networks cover your event?
MSNBC covered it, Rachel Maddow, which was a little bit of a hit piece, that this was a racial event or it was negative in some way.
A racial event? Yeah. But you're black.
Right.
So it was anti-what?
I don't know.
This is bias. This is deliberate bias. It's the bias by omission, where you attack one side, and the bias by omission, where you ignore the other one.
We happen to be what some call African American. No, we're Americans.
We were right on the heels of the Trayvon Martin decision. You had half the country arguing, and here we were in the nation's capital. We were marching down Pennsylvania Avenue arm in arm, from white people, from black people, from Asians, from Hispanics. I mean, people had ridden buses for days, 3 and 4 days in some instances, to bring black people from ghettos in Los Angeles and Tea Partiers from all over the country in the heartland and the South. They all came together to make it to the march for black jobs in D.C. Now, this is the message that America needs to have. But the problem is the networks didn't show it.
The liberal media, they've decided simply not to report the truth if the truth gets in the way of the narrative.
What topic does the liberal media ignore the most? I mean, immigration, jobs, healthcare,
Abortion.
People came from how far away?
All over the country and even all over the world. Just met someone from Italy in there.
Really?
The liberal press is radical on abortion rights.
We typically get underreported, or the reporting is such that they say, well, there was a pro-life rally and there was also a pro-abortion demonstration. They try to equate the two, when we typically have hundreds of thousands here for the pro-life rally, and the small demonstration in favor of abortion is maybe 30 people.
Any attempt to discuss abortion runs into a brick wall with the national news media.
Last year, the day after the March for Life, there was a small anti-gun rally with about 2,000 people, and it got more coverage than we had at the March for Life with hundreds of thousands.
Why do you think that is?
I think that the liberal media doesn't want to report about the truth about abortion in pro-life America.
You can have a Dr. Gosnell murder factory going on in Philadelphia. The man was convicted of murder. This is a man who joked about killing children who could walk, and he wouldn't get covered on the national news.
The news used to be dictated by what we thought the people wanted to know. Now I believe it's dictated by what we think the people should know.
In your day, had the mainstream media heard that there were going to be 1 million Muslims and who knows how many bikers headed into D.C. as a way of either protesting what's happening in this country regarding 9/11 or supporting the victims of 9/11, would they have covered that event?
Everybody would have led the news programs with that story.
A group of Muslims tried to use the anniversary of 9/11 to hold a demonstration called the Million Muslim March in D.C. The message they wanted to push? Muslims are the real victims of 9/11. This didn't sit well with patriotic bikers, many of them veterans, some of them New York City firemen. Thousands of bikers traveled to D.C. on 9/11 Some traveled from as far away as Alaska, just so they could ride through the streets of D.C. and shine the light on the true victims of 9/11. The mainstream media paid absolutely no attention to this patriotic event. All of you came from so far away. I promise you this. You may not know it today, but this day will be remembered as the day that you picked the country up. Today, everybody in the country is a biker. USA! USA! When we return, it doesn't look like America anymore.